So welcome to WeVision. We're in the work from home mode and we're dealing with this whole coronavirus crisis. And I thought that I would bring Andrea Lati in, who's Vice President in charge of research, who's just revised all of our forecasts to deal with it and find out what's happening, why they changed it, kind of the big discussions that we've been having over the phone, on Zoom, and let you get into what our thinking is about when this thing turns around. So welcome to the program, Andrea.
It's good to be back, even though we're in this, virtual world right now, for the time being, at least.
So why don't we start off with why you changed the forecast?
Well, at the beginning of February, we began to see quite a bit of changes, especially at the macro level. And everything pretty much was happening in China, where pretty much a good portion of the country then went in lockdown. And now we're seeing that spill over pretty much across the world. And we do believe there is going to be a huge economic contraction in the second quarter and also to a certain extent the first quarter. And that will have a ripple effect across all the industries and also our industry as well. Even though our industry, especially the equipment side, hasn't really felt the brunt of this contraction that we're seeing at the macro level yet, I do believe that in the coming quarters, it will be more obvious, actually.
Okay, so we're essentially, you put together three scenarios. Why don't you start off with the baseline scenario that you expect?
Yes, we put three scenarios mainly because it's very hard to predict how this pandemic will pan out and the timing and the length of it. So I think it's best to keep these three scenarios at play and then see how long this virus will be out there. So our current forecast really calls for a mild pandemic with a recovery in the third and fourth quarter for pretty much all segments of our industry. And if that's the case, then we're looking at a 5% decline in the equipment market for 2020, a 4% decline in the IC market, and the electronic market is also expected to fall about 5% with this scenario. Now, if we do get a delayed recovery, mainly if the recovery occurs in the fourth quarter, then of course the decline will be much steeper across these segments. In the semiconductor equipment space, then we're looking at about 19% drop. In ICs, we are expecting a 14%